Climate change is a grave concern to me and many of my friends in Brunswick and the north. This is from Reuben Indian. Stopping logging in the Central Highlands alone would reduce carbon emissions by 3.2 million tonnes and achieve a 5% of the emissions cut needed to meet Australia's carbon reduction target for 2020. Where do the candidates' parties stand on stopping logging and creating a great forest national park to abate catastrophic climate change? So we have had one question to Cindy about the Great Forest National Park. So maybe we'll start with the other three, and then we'll end back on Cindy.
Look, as I mentioned before, I don't think we should be logging our forests, and we should be trying to expand them. And my focus has been on the urban local environment, which is to protect and grow more trees. So I'm sorry I can't sort of add more to that, but definitely keen to see less of our forests chopped down.
Thanks, George. Ken.
Thank you, good question. So I won't be advocating within my party. I will be voting in Parliament to establish the Great Forest National Park. But I want to do more for climate change. We're still burning almost 1 million tonnes of brown coal every week in this state. And that's not going down. If you look online right now, you'll see somewhere between 70 and 80% of our electricity right now is coming from brown coal, despite a big take-up of solar. So we want to increase the renewable energy target. We want renters to be able to put solar on public buildings. We want increased energy efficiency, which is critically important in both rental properties and private properties. But most importantly of all, we need to wean Victoria off coal within a decade. And we have a plan to do that. So yes, we'll establish the Great Forest National Park, but we want to do a hell of a lot more for climate change.
What he said. We do have to, it's a no-brainer. We have to stop logging. Why we ever did it in the first place, if I know we've got to get rid of coal, why we did it in the first place, I kind of get, but we understand the far-reaching impact of that. I think that Victoria, Brunswick as an electorate and Victoria as a state can really set an example about how we can do this, have a smooth and hasty transition, so that will help other places in Australia and beyond have a blueprint of how it can be done really effective. Because when you see it, you can be it. And I think you've got to realise Australia is one of the most progressive countries in the world. Victoria is the most progressive state. Melbourne's the most progressive city. And exactly where we are has got to be one of the most progressive places in the world. If anyone can set an example about how this can be done hastily and efficiently, when people said that it can't be done, it's Victoria, and Brunswick is one of the big shakers in there, and we can make it happen.
Right. In terms of transition, in my role as a health and safety officer in the Australian Manufacturing Workers Union, we led on the transition away from Hazelwood. So we worked with the Gippsland community, we worked with the Latrobe Valley Authority. People have been able to transition, and the power station is closed. So I have experience in transition, and I'm committed to it.
Thanks, Cindy. Have we had George? Okay, well you started, didn't you? So.